channel Class Like Community. So today we will be dealing with the topic 2 wattmeter method for 3-phase power. So the first question which arrives in your mind is, what is wattmeter? So wattmeter is an instrument for measuring the electric power in watts for any circuit. That means it will measure the electric power or the supply of the rate in the form of the watt and in any circuit. So in this we will determine the 3-phase power using the 2 wattmeter method, and here we will be using some types of load. So first of all we need to see what are the types of load which we will be using. So the first one is a star connected lagging PF. Star connected lagging PF means that it is an inductive load. Okay, that means it will lag. And star connected leading PF is your capacitive load, that means it will lead. And delta connected lagging PF will be similar to inductive load, and delta connected leading PF will be your capacitive load. So first we will be doing for the star connected load, that means this. So see, we have done 3-phase power means there will be 3 lines. So we will denote this line as a 1, this line as a 3, and this line as a 2. So in the first line there is a coil, and this coil then moves through the line, and there is a connection here like this. So this is the delta phase the star connected load we are making. So this is a star connected diagram. So what are there in the diagram, we need to define that. So C dot C is the current coil. That means only 2 watt, we will use 2 wattmeters because it is a 2 wattmeter method. So the combination of the CC and the PC, PC is your potential coil. So CC and PC will denote your P1. Similarly, this PC and CC will denote your P2. So P1 is your wattmeter 1 and P2 is your wattmeter 2. I1, that means from the line 1 there will be a current moving. So this will be represented as I1. From line 3 there will be a current moving, that will be your I3. And your line 2 will also have a current, so that will be I2. So now see, so now you will define I1 as current from line 1, I2 as current from line 2, and I3 as current from line 3. You must notice that the 1 and the 2, that means the red line and the yellow line, will having the wattmeter 1 and wattmeter 2, and they will be connected with a single in this line, that is a third line. And there will be 3 loads, that is V1, V2 and V3. Okay, so in 2 wattmeter method, the current coils of the wattmeter are connected with any 2 lines, say 1 and 2. So in this diagram what we have done, we have connected the current coil with the line 1 and the current coil with the line 2. We can connect it with any of the 3 lines. But here we have done that we have connected with the line 1 and we have connected with the line 2. Okay. And the potential coil of each wattmeter, and this is the potential coil of each of the wattmeter, right, is joined on the same line, that is the third line. What we have done, we have joined this potential coil to the same line, and this potential coil also to the same line. So this is our third line. Okay. Now it says 2 wattmeter P1 and P2 are connected. The instantaneous current through the current coil of wattmeter P1 That means it says that we need to specify the which current is flowing through our wattmeter P1. That is a wattmeter 1, right? So it says that there are two wattmeter, right? It says what? Two wattmeter P1 and P2 are connected. So these are my two wattmeter P1 and P2 which are connected, right? So the instantaneous current through the current coil of wattmeter P1 is, so the current from the P1 is I1 current is, that means P1 has the current I1. So we will write the instantaneous current for the wattmeter P1 is P1 equal to I1. The instantaneous potential difference across the potential coil of wattmeter P1. Now as wattmeter P1 has a potential coil, so there will be a potential difference, right? So let's see now. See, this is the potential coil. So we will do from plus to minus, that is from higher potential to lower potential. So if we move from this, we know that whenever we move from positive to negative, we take it as negative, right? So it moves like this and we need to see the potential difference. So it will move like this and it will go here. So that means V3 is also moving from positive to negative. So we will take V3 as negative, whereas the V1 is moving from negative to positive. That means we will take V1 as positive. So let's see. We have taken P1 is equal to minus V3 plus V1. So when we arrange this, we get V1 minus V3. So the instantaneous power measured by the wattmeter P1 is, that means P1 has two things. So we will do I1 into this potential difference, what we got. So we got the equation 1, that is P1 is equal to I1 V1 minus V3. This is our equation 1 for the wattmeter P1. So now let's move on to our wattmeter P2. So similarly, here also we will see the instantaneous current through the current coil of wattmeter P2. So when we see, so this is a P2 and this is a current coil and this is a wattmeter, right? So this is a line 2. So we see that it is I2. So we will simply write P2 equal to I2. The instantaneous potential difference across the potential coil of wattmeter P2 similarly like P1. So we will see again. So it is from higher potential to lower potential, and we know that we move from higher to lower, we take as negative. So it will move from here and will go here. So it says that it is moving from positive to negative. That means V3 will be negative and then it will move here. So that means negative to positive, we will take V2 as positive whereas V3 as negative. So see, P2 is equal to minus V3 plus V2 equal to V2. When we solve this, we get V2 minus V3. So the instantaneous power measured by the wattmeter P2, we get what? I2 into V2 minus V3, which is our equation 2. Therefore, the total power which we get is what? The equation 1 and the equation 2 addition. So what we do? P1 plus P2 equal to, we know that it is I1 bracket V1 minus V3 plus I2 V2 minus V3. Okay, so we remove all the brackets and we get I1 V1 minus I1 V3 plus I2 V2 minus I2 V3. So what we do? We club the similar, that is the line 1 and line 2. So I1 V1 plus I2 V2 and V3 is common, so we take V3 common and we get I1 plus I2. So when we apply KCL at point 2, that means whenever we will apply at KCL at point, that means we know then all the summation we get as 0. So when we do, so when all the currents come, what happens? I1 plus I2 plus I3 it becomes equal to 0. So I1 plus I3, and I3 will go there, so it will become minus I3. So what we do, we place this value here. So it becomes minus minus plus, and we get I3 V3. So our total power, that is our total power which absorbed, that means P will represent the total power absorbed in the 3 loads at any instant. That means all the 3 loads which are there at any instant, our power will be I1 V1 plus I2 V2 plus I3 V3. So this was our star connection load. So today's lecture ends here. Till then, be happy and have a great day. Now is the code time. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. I hope you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.